Top il-full ma' Bradley Kakija.
Hello, jina Bradley Kakija u merħba għal-episodju ieħor ta' Top il-full. Bħal kull ġimgħa llum se nkunu qed naqbdu aspett ieħor tal-Malti jew ħankunu qed nittrattaw grupp soċjali ta' nies li għandhom relazzjoni partikolari mal-Malti. Diġà kellna episodju simili għal dak tal-lum fej kellna lil Shannon li kienet hija persuna English speaking, imma anka il-background tagħha jiġri anka l-ġenituri tagħha mhumiex Maltin, imma f'dal episodju se nkun qed nitkellmu ma' persuna oħra English speaking għax naħseb din hija xi ħaġa vera importanti din it-tema li nifmu lin-nies li forsi reazzjoni tagħhom mal-Malti mhijiex sempliċiment tkellem bil-Malti u ħajtkellmulek bil-Malti. Din darba għandna mistiedna oħra l-Gaby Diacono. Hello Gaby.
Hello.
Gaby, f'dal każ id-differenza tagħha minn Shannon hija l-ġenituri tiegħek huma Maltin ukoll. U l-idea hi li ħan nippruvaw nesploraw nitlu daqsxejn fid-dinja ta' Gaby biex nifhmu xi jfisser li tikber familja English speaking f'Malta bħala Maltija. M'hemmx nu fiha kulħadd għandu l-isfond tiegħu. Jiġifieri vera interessat biex nisma' x'għandek xi tgħidilna. Mela kif inti l-ewwel nett?
Okay.
Don't worry, hawnhekk kif qedlek qisu konverzazzjoni, jiġifieri jienu int biss sedin hawn sewwa. Mela, l-ewwel mistoqsija tiegħi di dejjem nibda biha, għajdilna ftit dwarek innifsek, dwar l-istudji tiegħek, ix-xogħol jekk taħdem, għajdilna daqsxejn.
So I'm Gaby. I'm a triplet, fun fact, and I live in Mosta, so not really the English-speaking towns, but my parents are both from San Gillian and Podgeville, so we can. Oh, what?
No, you can go on. Don't worry.
Okay, sorry.
Skużawna, għafas xaġa fuq il-mobile, husband. Don't worry.
And they all grew up English-speaking, so my grandparents all are English-speaking. So then when we moved, again, all our surroundings, even our school, my brother was put into San Anton. And then we were put, as a triplet, we were chosen to go to St. Dorothy's to help our parents, which is also an English-speaking church school. So all our topics were taught in English. Maltese, we had 1 hour a day, and even that would be not, we're speaking Maltese. We're learning the Maltese language, but there was still, I was speaking in English in a Maltese lesson, so it was not really taught upon. And all my notes from pre-primary to what form 5 was she needs to speak Maltese, she needs to do English, read Maltese books. So it was always a constant in our lives that we need to improve our Maltese. We started private lessons from form 2 to start preparing for the O-levels right away. So we did all the stories and the poems from a very early age. So we just recited them like a parrot, and that's how we got through school in Maltese, just reciting as a parrot. We never had to we never understood the language to speak it comfortably. So even at home, we never speak it comfortably. And then I personally, we went our separate ways as triplets then, once we went to sixth form, and I went to JC. So from there, my friends started speaking Maltese, so I was being surrounded by Maltese speakers just every day. So naturally, I match them just how I am. If someone speaks to me Maltese, I try answer back in Maltese, but it's not good Maltese. So my masculine and feminine would be wrong, and then they would laugh at me, and they're like, funny. And I try to like take a note of it, but it's harder for me to like apply it because it's not constant. But as I went on trying to speak Maltese, I have improved, and I've been told I've improved. And that's it, just surrounding myself. And then university as well, more friends who are Maltese speaking, Students Fest, there's like a running joke, tal pepe, whatnot. So I try to speak Maltese. My friends understand that I'm not a Maltese speaker, so they we laugh about it. And then slowly I get more comfortable, but still it's not my preferred language.
Mela hekk għandna isu language profile ġenerali tiegħek. Qabel hekk inkomplu aktar fuqha forsi anke daqsxejn dwar il-hobbies tiegħek.
Oh, sorry, yes, I went straight on to languages.
Don't worry, it's okay. Issa nitlu fihom ħaġa. Hemmhekk għandna idea ġenerali u anke qed jismana jaf x'qed jistenna. Vera toqgħodx tinkwieta. Forsi tibda laqxej tajdinna nafli tisfen per eżempju, għajdinna laqxej dwarek, għax importanti nkunu għafuk minn dak l-aspettu koll.
I've been dancing since I was 3-4 years old. I've done ballet, jazz, contemporary, Spanish, lyrical, hip-hop. I've tried them all. I feel more comfortable doing ballet and contemporary personally. And I've just finished my degree of teaching. So I have qualified already ballet teacher as of recently. So I'm helping out at my own home studio, teaching where I can, but I have to balance my studies as well because I'm in my 4th year.
Titalmu kif talmu hopeless cases u koll
Yes.
bħal istra, mela għandi ċans jien hemm ċans ta' tama.
I can teach you pre-primary, like my 2-year-olds, starting from our left and our right.
Nasab I will stand out jekk dik il-kamra jekk inkun hemmhekk.
The tiny and the monster. And then I help with the advanced as well, which I personally prefer. I love teaching the advanced students because they really want to be there. When they're at younger age, they're a bit like, we're just here. So, and I'm studying medical science so I have to balance a bit the two.
The arts and the sciences.
Exactly.
And the
yeah, I've been recently told, because we had exams last week, and the examiner told us half the ballerinas I meet all are studying something in the medical field, and I don't understand why. Like, oh.
Malax. Hemm nies li jekk ikunu jippratikaw xi xjenza mbagħad ikollhom xi forma ta' arti.
Eżatt.
Jew undecided fil-każ tiegħek it-tnejn huma vera main.
And it's you need so much time to do both really well that they're both done not badly, but like I could do so much better at one if I had less of the other.
Jack of all trades, master of none. Ma wija, jiena medical science ma nafx tagħmel. Sawa, imma meta rajtek tisfendim kont ġeffina tajba. So f'dak il-qasam sejra tajjeb ħafna. Mitoqgħodx inkwieta. Issa jekk niġi bżonnok bħala medical scientist tiġi, medical scientist. Qed niġi bżonnok imbagħad ngħidlek x'naħseb dakinhar sewwa, imma lissa ma
safni blood test.
All right, fidejk. Mela, ħabdew dik li ndaqxejk sa f'dak li diġà jisek tajtna rundown tiegħu u nibdew nifmu ħaġa. Inti u tikber, semmejtilna li jisu l-ambjent tad-dar il-Malta ma kienx daqshekk naturali. Kif forsi jekk kif kieku kellek tifok aktar fuq dak l-aspett you growing up. Kif kienet l-esperjenza tiegħek mal-lingwi? Mal-Malti u mal-Ingliż fid-dar speċjalment.
At home, it was always, we know we need to learn it, we know we need to speak it, so we would be forced to sit down and watch TVM, the news, and just as a whole family, we used to just sit, 8 o'clock, watch the news, after the weather you go to bed.
Okay.
And that was like pretty much the only Maltese exposure we had, if I can remember correctly. So even my parents, they tried to help us in Maltese, and sometimes we go with the wrong definition of a word. So it was quite a limited exposure. And then at school, as growing up, that's literally it. And private lessons. So otherwise, our dance schools are all in English. Friends were all English speaking.
Ġifieri kull l-exposure li kellek l-ewwel ftit tajtek kienu kidem ikoli per eżempju. Jgħidlek illum ġarek hekk u hekk.
Forsi Gigi,
all right. Ġifieri kodba kontu taqraw ukoll imma ħseb
forced, like from school, we have to go pick a Maltese and an English book, and we have to write something. So schoolwork, and we read it.
Dik l-inizjattiva mill-parents ġiet minn ġenituri, ġifieri jew huma tipo kienu jimbuttawkom biex.
They wanted us to speak it, but they obviously they're not even comfortable speaking the language. So at home, it's like, yes, we need you to do this, but we're not gonna do it as well, and not in a bad way. It's just they don't feel comfortable as well at home, so they won't do it naturally. We just have to do it because of school. So then they say, okay, we need you to go do your Maltese essay. Yeah, let's go and do your Maltese essay. Done, dusted, back to English.
U kif kont ħossok hekk? Forsi anka ma nafx iskola kont tiltaqa' ma' intu tikberna oħra ma' studenti oħra li forsi huma aktar Maltese speaking. Kif kont ħossa dik ir-relazzjoni mal-lingwa?
Naturally, we all, my sisters as well, we all kind of clan, the English-speaking clans together.
Did you click?
Even St. Dorothy's was very much an English-speaking school, and it's very cliquey. It was an all-girl church school, so it's very cliquey. So you're in your clique and that's it. And they're very much similar people in that clique. So the Maltese speaking people stayed in one area. The English-speaking usually stayed in another group. So even that exposure was very limited.
U ma kienx ikun hemm interactions jew
We used to, I would speak in English.
sewa.
No chance, especially at a young age.
Aha.
I was going to try speak Maltese and put myself out there and be that vulnerable.
Mhm.
So only when I grew up and I'm like, I'll just give it a try. My friends were speaking English. They were taking the mic out, like we were taking the mic together. So I was comfortable making mistakes.
Aha.
At a younger age, I don't think I was as comfortable.
Okay. U x'kien l-attitudni tagħhom lejk, eżempju, kif imagine you'd approach them, daw il-klikek li jitkellmu
The
Malti. Kien hemm xi ta' stereotype li kienu jtambru jew jgħidu ma nafx, kif kienu jirreaġixxu għal dik l-interaction? Jista' jkun normali ta' jiġifieri.
I never felt, oh, you're Pepe, we expect this or something like that. And I don't even think I'm the Pepe of the Pepe.
Okay.
We have that bit of a...
Edha
I say exactly, there are ranks. There's Pepe, the middle, which is us, maybe a bit on the higher end of the middle, and then the Maltese speaking. So it's not like... I'd never felt like, oh, they would just answer me in English, or they speak back to me in Maltese, and I answer in English.
Okay.
Which I really don't mind, like how we're doing now. For me, it's...
Dak il-kompromess.
I can't understand it. It's my speaking it that I find harder.
U għax ma kellekx spazi fil-verità, intu tikber fej tesprimi daqshekk. U meta tiġi eżempju għal lezzjonijiet tal-Malti, meta kont tkun fl-lesson tal-Malti, kif kienet ir-reazzjoni tiegħek anke mal-kurrikulum forsi, il-kidba kreattiva, kont tħossok tista' tesprimi ruħek, eżempju jekk qed tikteb essay.
In the most basic way possible. Once we started going up into the senior school and we went to the best Maltese private lessons teacher of all, and we just started reciting the same things where it became natural almost. And then I personally fell in love with the literature.
Okay.
So, and that's because we had to analyze and repeat and repeat. So I could express what I wanted to express because I've said it so many times. It came natural to me.
So.
But then even the creative writings and stuff like that, I knew what I wanted to say. I knew how I could say it, but it was a basic Maltese, not what was of the level we needed at that time. We still passed, we still got our grades towards the end, but it was a weaker level, which now looking back, I wish I did better in. I wish I had a better, that's not even good English. I wish I was more fluent in it. So.
Okay. U meta jkollok suġġetti oħra, ma nafx kellkomx eżempju religion bl-Ingliż ukoll.
Yes, everything English.
Kollox li fil-Malti. U l-Malti ġili kun bl-Ingliż ukoll.
I used to speak in English. I'll never forget. I had a lesson. I forgot something like, have ill, sink, in, those things. I had done, mine was wrong, and she came, and she literally penalized. We were 3 English-speaking, 4 English-speaking in a row, sitting after each other. This one made a mistake, the other one made a mistake, the other one mistake. And we just got called a bunch of nationalities in Franċiż, in Italjan. I'm like...
Inti xkont?
I think I was the Italian one.
Italian, inti? Ma nafx.
I think I look more French.
Naħseb.
I get told French.
Gaby.
Oui.
Mux Gaby, leo. U taħseb ek li dik l-interaction mal-Malti f'dak l-istadju anka fl-iskola, fil-primarja, eżempju, taħseb l-imbuttak aktar minn lingwa il-fatt li eżempju ma konċ tissimaħħa ta' spiss li kienet limitata għal-lesson tal-Malti.
Xieġviri?
You felt it pushed you further away from the language in that sense?
I just felt if we were English speaking and we were weaker, we would get pushed the same level as the Maltese speaking. There was never that special treatment as such, we were learning the curriculum as a whole class. If you were falling behind, tough cookies, like catch up. That was I remember cheating off my friends. Again, I was friends with Maltese speaking, so she was checking her paper high up and I was behind her and I'm copying it down and then how did she suddenly get so good at Maltese? Like, I studied.
Għara jħdu low level, toqt tikxef.
No, it wasn't low level.
Il-benchmark jħdu You've been revoked of your benchmark. You have been caught cheating.
It's okay, I got my own level.
Eżatt. Mela, u in general mbagħad meta għajsek bdejt anka ma tmux biss l-iskola, mbagħad isek you branch out into other co-curriculars. Il-fatt li kont English speaking, li jent English speaking, affettwa kif ħadd ieħor anka nies anka interaction jaf ġo ħanut eżempju, kif tħoss li kien hemm ċertu perception tiegħek?
I think the first time I actually noticed something like this was when I started working.
Okay.
I started
Pala xiex?
as a waitress.
All right.
I was at my uncle's restaurant,
Okay.
and it targets a bit of a higher class
Sawa.
type of people. And we were, obviously, as time has gone on, we've got a lot of foreign workers coming in the same entry level. And I was serving a table, and I said something in Maltese. Not my nature. I usually speak in English. So I don't know, I said, I don't know. And they told me, fl-axħar sibna waħda Maltija. I'm like, whoa. And then you get praise just for speaking Maltese. It's something, I understand, you know, you want your nationalities, like you want to be served by, but that was when I realized, like, people take the Maltese language very
seriously.
Like if you speak Maltese, they're gonna treat you better. Like my colleagues were treated one way, and me, just because I had spoken a word in Maltese, they were warming up to me and they were being nice to me. I forgot a plate. Don't worry, like obviously in Maltese, but I'm not saying it now. Don't worry, it's fine. Take your time, relax. Like I remember crying in front of one customer because I was doing a disaster of a shift. And so it's okay, sweetie, calm down. But if it was one of my colleagues, not the same treatment.
Panik sħiħ. Jiġifieri mbagħad hekk jisu deskrivejt kif meta titkellem bil-Malti affettwa u meta kont titkellem bl-Ingliż naħseb kienu iktar interactions ma' nies li ħajsibuha normali, ħajkunu komdi huma wkoll.
I never felt someone treating me badly for speaking English, but I never felt that so much praise for speaking Maltese. From the first time was this shift, I'm telling you, I was like, whoa, took me aback.
Ikun hemm momenti fej forsi ma' sħabek tħallat jew toqgħod teqleb minn lingwa l-oħra. Constantly, especially from JC. Okay. From JC onwards, I had half my friend group was speaking Maltese, half of them were foreign, so they did not know an ounce of Maltese. So it's the translation for my friends back, and that's how I started, even with my own friends. Now, we had students first, as I mentioned. It's a lot of different people from different backgrounds all in one community. It's a students fest, għal-min ma jafx huwa show li jittalla mill-studenti tal-università, jittalla kull sena, u kollok taħlita ta' nies minn korsi differenti.
Everyone, different course, different background, not even theatre people join. And naturally, I just, you know, even to make people feel more comfortable, and for me, I say what I can in Maltese, and if I don't remember, I'm like, and even as a joke, I go, that was too much Maltese, like, or I'm too tired, I'm like, translate it to English, please. Even with my friends, I tell them, thank you, but please, I need the English, if I'm like studying or something. So I take it as, I joke about it. I know it's my weakness, you know, I'm not fluent in the language, so I joke about it, I try to learn, and as time goes on, I feel I've gotten better, but it's not as a Maltese person should be, you know? As in, ideal, like in the ideal.
Iġifieri inti sekatajt jisum il-junior college, jisu emmek bdejt vera tesponi.
For sure, like I can say, definitely. I would have not had a conversation if it wasn't for JC.
Sawa. Interessanti ħafna. U naħseb hija b'xi vera hekk komuni għal-qas l-impressjoni tiegħi min jitrabba f'ambjent fej qed jitkellem u jisma' ħin kollu l-Ingliż. L-aħħar darba kien hawn Kristina għamlet teżi dwar il-bilingwiżmu u tipo anke jisabet kif ikollok nies differenti li malli mbagħad jitlu sixth form pereżempju daqshekk jibdew jinfetħu iktar għax ikollhom dik l-exposure imma.
You're getting out of that bubble. So my sister went to SAC instead. So we literally all went to different, one went to ITS, also a very Maltese-speaking field school. The other one went to SAC. And even just that, we had different levels of Maltese at that time. And one never spoke it because it was St. Aloysius, very, you know, that clan.
Ejwa, jien kont fl-istess sena moħtok fil-fatt. U dej, fil-sens, kellek il-klikek u koll anka skont il-lingwa.
It's the same. A church school, obviously,
Fatti ma konx nitħallat magħhom.
So it's the same because it was a church school. It still had the same structure as senior school. It's the same cliques would form, the same. They would stay with their people, you stay with yours, and that's it. JC, you're thrown into a big pond, and you're just like, someone come save me, and you just make friends with anyone you can, and they end up being the most fruitful ones.
Li ħaġa sabi ħafna dik xaġa toġobni ħafna dwar il-junior college f'dal-każ. Il-fatt li inti qed tintefa' ma' nies differenti għax eżempju jkollok San Luigi fej kont jien della sal jisu jattiraw ċertu tip ta' nies. Mentri junior college mbagħad għandek hekk it's more open, tiltaq ma' nies differenti.
And we had COVID. So our first year was completely online. And then our second year we actually went in. So we're trying to like fend for ourselves. We have no idea what we're doing. We're completely alone at home. So with what we could on messages, we started making a few bonds. And then the next year, whoever we could and whoever we remembered, we just formed this massive group and just stuck together.
Eżatt.
And then that's how...
Aħna Gaby konna fis-sena li ma minnix low levels. Jiġifieri Alla jurin hemm barra.
So actually I didn't get my own level Maltese, but I passed my mock.
Eżatt.
2 or 3, what was the pass?
Nsejt innaf, ma nafx.
Whatever.
Birna, sa' kemm kbirna. Qed nikbru qed nixxieħu dak iż-żmien qed imur il-bot iktar il-bot minna. Semmejt ukoll li kien hemm jisu ftit push minimal imma kien ftit push mill-ġenituri.
Yes.
Biex tisma' u tintereġġixxi mal-Malti kemm jista' jkun. Tħoss li setgħu jagħmlu aktar?
It's a sense they knew it needed work and they knew they had to do something, but it was a matter of what. So they thought they did the best they could in their eyes. We went to the private lessons, we were watching the news every evening. They were telling us like we need to work on it. When we ask questions, they try and help. But obviously they're comfortable to so much. So they could only help us so much. It was being thrown into the people who speak it every day, and it's a natural language for them that, for me personally at least, helped me grasp it.
U kont tara daqsxejn forsi ironika. Ironic. Li jisom ma kumissierek tippuxjawk biex titkellem Malti u mbagħad mhux qed tisimgħu id-dar fil-verità.
As a child, I thought they were so rude and so mean for doing. I'm like, you're not even speaking Maltese. Why do I have I was resentful almost.
Alex saqsejtek għax immaġinajt li tkun naqa.
Yes, and I was like,
frustrante forsi.
It's not fair. Like, I don't, if at home and in my own personal comfortable life, it is not something I need. Why? That was my mentality. Like, why do I need to care? Why do I need to try? For me, it's not going to make a difference. Then obviously you get thrown into the big world. And you're like, oh.
Told JC.
Exactly. I actually need this. And as I got older, I wanted it. I want to be able to speak my own language. I want to be able to communicate like that. So...
Għadek kamat my own language. Interessanti jekk kif xorta jisu tħoss dik.
It is, yes.
L-ownership fuqa, fil-sens bir-raġun ta' ġifieri. Imma dik fil-każ nitlu fuq fija na iktar tard. U meta għassamina ftit diġa li sekem momenti fej teqleb, ma sħabek biss tiġrilek, eżempju...
Mostly.
Il-posta xogħol u hekk jippermettilek?
No, I now only teach at the studio.
Okay, so sfin, tallem sfin u tallem l-Ingliż biss.
And to teach, I can barely speak Maltese fluently. Imagine teaching ballet combinations and these kids again.
U mhux tajlhom dur,
exactly.
Piruet, isa.
Uża rasek. No, not gonna work. And my school's based in Slema, so we attract all the Slema people. So again, it's not in that clan. It's my natural bubble, my own bubble I've had since I was a kid. Same school, same teacher, same people. So in that field, I won't use it. Obviously, I don't work at the restaurant anymore, so I stopped using it at that field of work.
Okay. So. Ma ħanandu ftit għal-reklami għax għaddew l-ewwel 25 minuta. Għaddew u hekk fjum kif għatlek l-ewwel. Like a plane. Aħna nkunu magħkom dal-waqt għal iktar biex niddiskutu aktar ma' Gaby. Narakom.
Top il-full ma' Bradley Kakija.
Merħba lura għal Top il-full. Illum għanna maħna mistiedna lil Gaby Diacono. Fuq Gaby qed nitkellmu daqsxejn dwar l-isfond tagħha bħala persuna English speaking u kif tikber kienet iħin kollu mdawra bl-Ingliż bażikament li xi momenti żgħar ta' Malti, u mbagħad jisu qalat daqqa ta' trakk ħajdu hekk meta daħlet il-Junior College u bdiet tisma' in-nies jitkellmu aktar bil-Malti anke għaliex l-iskola ma kienx tisimgħu daqshekk, qed nippruvaw nifhmu daqsxejn x'inhi dik l-esperjenza għaliex faċli nġudikaw x'kultant imma importanti li nifhmu għalfejn ċertu nies ma jħossuhomx daqshekk komdi jitkellmu bil-Malti. U fuq hekk ħankomplu fil-fatt. Qabel għaddejna l-break semmejt xi ħaġa li vera hekk laqtitni u qed referejt għal Malti bħala my own language, il-lingwa tiegħi. Tħossu jiġifieri da sens ta' isma' jiena da f'dal-post twilittaw u għandi dil-lingwa. Għala volja ma tkellimiex. X'inhi dik ir-relationship hekk mal-lingwa?
I think, again, this was as I grew older. When I was younger, I was like, I don't need it. I hate Maltese. Don't want to speak a word of it in my life. That was like adamant. But then when I started going abroad, it's really hit. You know, you're going abroad, you're hearing the Italians speak Italian really fluently and it's really beautiful. I went to Spain. Well, I was about to say London. Anyway.
Londra.
London language is beautiful.
Londonese.
And I just, we communicate. Again, this is a bit ironic, but I went with my family, so my cousins and my sisters, we're all English speaking. We go to Italy and we're having a conversation at the dinner table and we get told we sound American. And we're like, no, we can't be associated with those people. So we started speaking in Maltese. And it was actually really nice because we actually had a full conversation at the dinner table speaking in Maltese. Sure, it wasn't the best conversation you've had in your life. And there was a lot of English. And it was actually really fun. And I got, wow, you know, people know where we're from. They ask us where we're from. We're like, we're from Malta. It's this really small island on the Sicily. And we were actually opening a conversation about our island and who we are. And it's something I really want to learn and continue trying to do. Because you get your own... It's a personality, part of your personality in the end.
Di anka ġili sib dwara jkollok eżempju l-Ingliżi nimmaġinhom vera jbatu meta jsifru għax jisu tmur fejn tmur ħajfmuk. Tipo aħna l-Maltin meta
we can talk about someone behind their back.
Literally. Din l-Ingliżi msieken m'għandhomx dik il-power hekk. U hekk vera xi ħaġa sabiħa l-fatt li nistgħu noqogħdu nseksku fuq in-nies.
Same trip, we were sat at a table, we did a wine tasting, and there were two people, foreigners, sat on our table, and we're looking at them like, oh, no, we can't talk about them. They're like, yes, we can, because we know another language. And we had another full conversation.
Up our sleeve. Dak iżbuħija tal-Malti. Tajb li jkunu jafu aktar nies il-Malti, ma mhux biżejjed biex tifhimna d-dinja kollha, jiġifieri naħseb qegħdin fosta hija bħalissa. B'kemm jafu nies. Għax jekk jitalmuħu nies u mbagħad nibdew ninkixfu. Sewa, u allura inti jisek anka di relazzjoni tijak ma l-ideja tal-Pepe. Naħseb ġiri għalu ilek li forsi di tal-Pepe.
And I own it.
You own it.
Yes.
Ma l-ewel you owned it?
To a certain level.
Okay. Feel free to elaborate, jek trid.
There are Pepe and there are Pepe.
So?
In my eyes, again, I have friends as well who are obviously in the same bubble. I keep saying bubble, sorry.
Oh yeah, bubble.
And there are Pepe who are just trying to sound rich and that type of I'm better than you, whatnot. So my nana does it, so I'm insulting my own nana, so it's fine. And they just suddenly, when they're speaking to someone not in their inner family or whatever, they put on this la-di-da accent. And they're like, no, no way, no. I can't do that. I heard a conversation and I started getting like, who talks like that? Like in my brain. So I'm not that Pepe. But I am from a Pepe family. I do have somewhat of an accent, I assume. For me, I don't have an accent, but I can assume I have one. But then we're not obviously multi-speaking and we speak with that Maltese accent, speaking in English, if that makes sense.
Maltese, okay.
So, how do I... What's the accent? No, I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try.
Don't worry. Interessanti għax jisu ħafna drabi il-perspettiva hija li daw huma kollha ċertu mod il-komunità ta' kellima, meta mhux il-każ, jiġifieri anke minn sema l-episodju ta' Shannon li semmejt, Għalija miex Pepe, sempliciment English speaking, u għalija inti l-istess. Ma nħares lejk bħala dil-persuna tal-Pepe, larger than life u ħafna, oh, darling, all right, u I mean, mux qed niġġudika, ma jmissniex qed niġġudika. Ma it's okay, qed nitkellmu bejnietna, ma qed jisma' naħat. U x'aktarx mhux qed jisimgħu dal-programm. Jekk qed tisimgħu skużawna.
It's all coming from a point of discussion.
Eżatt. Interessanti ħafna. U tħoss allura li su din għan referu għal iktar l-English speaking part aspekt tiegħek aktar milli tal-Pepe. Tħoss li su forma l-identità tiegħek bħala persuna b'mod ġenerali, ġifieri l-lingwa li titkellem taffettwa tħoss l-identità tiegħek.
Not really, as in I am who I am. So yes, I spoke English my whole life. Yes, you know, I didn't really know Maltese growing up, but whether my parents spoke Maltese or not, it's the same people, same morals, same. I would have still gone to ballet. I would have still studied sciences. I would still have the same friends. Well, if they spoke Maltese as well, but you know what I mean. I am who I am in the end, like deep down. Whatever language I spoke, personally, I don't think it would have changed who I was as a person. And the friends I would have made, you know, it's just a matter of who my parents were and who I was surrounded. Exactly.
Okay. Iveri, ma taħsibx kieku kont eżempju ġeja minn familja iktar mux għalli ma mux għall-estrem liħor, ma forse multi-speaking. Ma taħsibx kieku eżempju kont mur skola ta' sfin differenti u forse kont mur skola differenti. Hypothetically, ovvjament.
Hypothetically. Personally, my dance school, for example, I went because my parents were friends with the dance teacher. So just automatically we would go there. We wouldn't think of going somewhere else. So even at the dance studio, actually, she forced us to start speaking Maltese as well. Because even my teacher, my ballet teacher was, again, she's also English speaking, but she's a better Maltese speaker than my parents.
Okay.
So we would go and we would say like, oh miss, we have Maltese tomorrow, terrible, I have to do an essay. It's like, Mela, we're going to spend the whole lesson talking Maltese.
That's it.
And 10 minutes would go by and we're back to English. But shorter. She would try as well. It's just hopeless cases for us. More my friends in the studio. So it depends, as in if I was born in a Pepe family, I would have probably ended up speaking like that and being surrounded by people like that. So luck. What if you call it luck? Odds? I don't know.
Odds, I guess. Coincidence quasi. Insertajt. Twiet familja, da bħal kollox, fis-sens aħna insertajna twietna Malta hija ekk u hekk, allura aħna ekk u hekk. So it's normali. Tħoss li hemm xi benefiċċju forsi xi benefit li titkellem iktar bl-Ingliż f'Malta?
In Malta, no. I don't think. As in, not really. Everyone understands it. So not as many people understand Maltese, you know, especially now with all the foreigners coming in. To communicate with them, if I only spoke Maltese, you wouldn't be, you know, I'm ordering food. Exactly. You can't communicate. So the English is helping us communicate with a bunch of foreigners, even when we go abroad. You know, if I don't know Italian, there's more likely going to know English than they're going to know Maltese. So that's even when I was younger. That's why I said I don't need language. So I just want, personally, I want the language for myself. I want to know it for myself, to be able to be proud of where I'm from, represent it properly. In a sense, to continue living life, we don't need it. You know what I mean? Practically, we don't need the language. We want the language and we should have the language because we're proud of it and because it's who we are, it's a form of our identity, but functionally, we don't.
Mbagħad minn dak l-aspett ħoss li jisa xi ħaġa nieqsa ġo fik, jew isek tgħid tipo m'hemmx tagħmel hekk ġiet.
As in, you have to be realistic. I know I'm never going to get to that level of fluency, but now I'm disappointed at myself that I don't know it very well, and I would like to be able to do it, you know? Like, if I wasn't able to speak a full conversation in Maltese now, yeah, I think I would have been disappointed. Again, it's not a good conversation, but I can carry a conversation.
U f'dak is-sens tħoss li jisu hemm xi ħadd qed jgħidlek jisu you should speak Maltese jew
There was again going into JC and being at university, there are people who are like, no, it's a disgrace if we don't know your language, and there is that sense of not pressure, I would say, but there is this stereotype or idea that we all need to know the language, which in a sense puts you off it as well, because they so want you to be perfect in the language that if you make a mistake, and I think that's where my insecurity was when I was younger, they so want you to be fluent in it that if you don't know it, they're going to laugh at you. But my friends were so good, we laugh about it. So again, there's that.
U naħseb anka di xaġa importanti li ngħidu. L-iktar ħaġa importanti biex tgħin persuna mhix li tkompli titħaqbih u tgħidlu isma' u dar ħafna tkellem bil-Malti u hekk. Imma li tagħmel anka inti sforz biex kemm jista' jkun tkun miftuħ ma' dik il-persuna u tagħtih ċans. U iktar ma niltaqa' ma' nies b'dal-programm, iktar ninduna kemm diki vera, ġifieri kull persuna assigurak li mhux inti biss, kull persuna kien kien hemm momenti li ħass ċertu xejn għaliex jew jieħu żball jew.
Yes, I remember very clearly. I went to try all the pastizzi, and I said tnej pastizzi instead of żewġ pastizzi, and the guy just had not a go at me, but he was like, oh, tkellem Malti sura, or whatever. Again, I'm not going to try to speak Maltese.
Ħadhom il-pastizzi?
Ħadhom il-pastizzi.
Ħadhom il-€1?
Kienu xi 50 cents.
Yeah, 50 cents each.
It was ilu.
50 cents nejn, dak kien żmien. Meta l-pastizzi kienu għadhom 50 cents għal-tnejn mhux għal-waħda, għal-wieħed. Żmien ħellu kif ħallejtni. Dimmu l-iktar pastizzi favoriti jak.
Now, I have a 3-course meal. So you start with the chicken. Sirkin, night out, you go, have a chicken. That's your starter. It's light. Then your main course, piselli. And then ricotta with sugar. This is a Nannarita recipe.
Ricotta with sugar.
You cannot fight me against this one.
Le.
Ricotta with sugar.
Relax awek.
So you get the coffee cup lid. They fill it up with sugar and you're dipping on sirkin on the rocks or the pavement.
Teknoloġija tavvanza ħafna tal-aħħar. Ma konx naf li tista' tagħmel pastit biċ-zokkor, nippruvax darba ma. Hekk wara meta mmur naqatart is-serkin. Ngħidlu isma' milli waħda zokkor. Hemmhekk jitkellmu bil-Malti li x'ismu tal-counter.
Eżatt.
Benu gost dik l-interaction vera tkun interaction ħelwa. U meta qed ħares lej il-ġenerazzjonijiet li tilgħin. Tħoss li l-Ingliż qed jieħu aktar power fost meta titkellem meta tikber illum?
Again, I'm surrounded by people who are English speaking, but even from the kids I teach, not an ounce of Maltese comes out of their mouths, even if I try to force it out of them. Again, I pull the same tricks my teacher used to pull on me, so I try to speak to them in Maltese. My Maltese isn't very good, so I do what I can. But they don't even go to the lessons anymore. They go to San Anton or wherever, St. Michael's, and they just say, they refuse to do their homework, they won't do anything, and they just completely boycott the language. At least with the people I'm surrounded by. So.
U hija xi ħaġa tinkwetak di u għalik tipo it's okay, it is what it is.
It for me, as in, again, it's because I was not brought up around it. So for me, it's normal. I'm putting the effort in for myself. Whoever doesn't want to learn the language doesn't learn the language.
Okay.
But as in, I would like, now I have an appreciation for it. So I'm only hoping when they grow up and go, I feel like they're going through what I was going through, but to a little bit more of an extreme. With TikTok and all social media, it's all they're surrounded by. This barely Maltese. If they're not even going to the lessons and it's not enforced. So I just hope they get the appreciation when they grow up and they're thrown into the deep world like I was.
Xukultan dak il-naqaxok jgħinek. Dabħal meta xaħti wadda bl-ekbar mill-ilma biex tqum. U issa ek li jisu rawem dal-apprezzament għal-Malti. X'taħseb li kieku jimmotivak ek li vera tieħu l-ħin tiegħek biex tkun iktar tassorbiħ aktar? Jew per eżempju, innaf daily, mux bil-fors, imma eżempju hemm kors u vera kieku jeżisti hemmur. Anything imma.
I don't think I would, personally. I wouldn't. If there is a program on television and it's in Maltese, I'd watch it. If it's something I'm interested in, I'll watch it. But I won't actively go to a Maltese lesson. I won't do something like that. Even to read a book. I don't think I would actively pick up a Maltese book and read it. Because, again, I won't enjoy it as much. I won't appreciate the book as much. I would feel more... I just enjoy it more in English. That's how I am.
Tossa sforzata aktar naħseb.
I find the most comfortable and the most helpful is when I'm speaking it with my friends.
Okay.
And then that's when I feel... That's just when I do it the most. And when I feel like I can, in a safe space, do it.
Normali, għax fis-sens aħna l-ewwel ħaġa li nagħmlu bil-lingwa li nitkellmu ma' nies u mbagħad jiġu l-affarijiet l-oħra li naqraw hekk. So naħseb edha f'post normali ħafna. U meta anka tħares lej semmejna l-futur b'mod ġenerali u tfal, il-futur tiegħek tħoss li il-lingwa b'xi mod taffettwaħ dak il-futur professionally, socially, anka personalment?
Personally, I would love to move abroad. Whether it be permanent or not, who knows. But abroad, we're not going to use it. I won't use it. I'll call my parents. But if I'm alone, who am I going to speak Maltese with? Myself? And I said to myself, no. So even my parents, I'll call them and I'll say, I'll speak in English. But if I continue with my course here in Malta, I'll be at Mater Dei. So all the scientists speak Maltese, most of them. So even with them during my placements, I would try to speak Maltese. And then I say a joke like, oh, now I'm English speaking, but like I'm trying. And I'll break the ice and they help even like that. So
support.
People, yes. Even, again, foreigners are coming in. So they're used to now having to be a bit more bilingual. But when they see a Maltese person trying, the majority are encouraging and they will help. Obviously, there are some people who just don't even try and they just speak to you in English. Or they'll just continue speaking to you in Maltese and fend for yourself. But the majority will help.
U dik l-attitudni hija differenti, il-mod kif jaddattaw għal persuna barranija li ma tafx il-Malti u għalik li int Maltija u forsi il-Malti ma tużax daqshekk fluently, hemm differenza bejn.
I personally think so. They have more patience with me because I'm Maltese. They genuinely, just because I'm Maltese.
Kon nasab li bil-maqlub imma xejdu stadi suppost taf. Forsi ma nafx.
I think maybe because I'm trying.
Okay.
But at least, again, I'm speaking about where I was in the field I was in. I was speaking broken Maltese with English and they were sitting down, they were helping me, not necessarily with my language, but they were talking to me in English and in Maltese. And if I didn't understand, I told them, like, can you repeat it? And they would sit, they wouldn't like lose patience with me, but there was a foreign worker and they would speak to her like she's an idiot almost. When she was still in the lab, she was still doing the same stuff. So
Mbagħad hemmhekk tidħolna għal xenofobija tagħna, razzizmu tagħna.
Different topic.
Different topic.
But they speak to her in a baby English as well. To be like, so I need you to do this. Is the machine ready? And like not even like a scientist would speak. So I felt they have more patience, at least with me, because I'm a Maltese trying. I know I'm being realistic.
Condescending il-ħarsa kif ħarsu lejk. Li ħaġa tajba
ġifieri. If they said something behind my back, I don't know. In Maltese.
Ma dik kulħadd. Le, hekk għandu jkun naħseb forsi anka ma' minnu barrani għandna nkunu daqsxi aktar empatiċi. Bħala meta n-nies qed jisimgħu l-esperjenza tiegħek u l-esperjenza tiegħek bil-lingwa fil-familja, l-iskola, tħoss hemm xi ħaġa li forsi mhux jistgħu jifhmu aħjar fis-sens tħoss hemm xi ħaġa li you're not too understood about?
It's more of a sense where it's how we were brought up, so we had no say in it,
Eżatt.
From when I was a baby, as if I could tell my parents, no, speak to me Maltese because I'm going to need it when I'm older. It was how I was brought up, to a certain extent, it's not my fault. But then, obviously, there needs to be... there wasn't really anything anyone could do. It was just, at least for me, a matter of time. I grew up, I matured a bit, I put put myself out there. I'm a very shy person, so.
Mhm.
But, I went abroad. I saw other people having an appreciation for their own language. So then I developed one for my own, wanting to learn it, wanting to be able to speak it. So that's just time.
Uh-huh.
And then after, surrounding yourself with people who are willing to you joke about it, but,
Eżatt. U t konsidra li jisu dawk kienu snin formattivi tiegħek l-ewwel
Mhm.
il-primarja, sekondarja, jiġifieri qabel intfajt f'dak id-deep end il-snin formattivi tiegħek kienu ħin kollu.
Exactly.
U mhix daqshekk ma ħsibx li daqshekk faċli ma nafx li jisek hemm tfaqqasu bajk u tgħid ħanesponi ruħi
Exactly.
għal Malti.
At such a young age.
Speċjalment jekk m'intix f'dak l-ambjenti, sens inti tmur fejn jibgħatuk
Exactly.
u marbut m'hemmhekk.
They're not going to send me somewhere just so it's Maltese and a Maltese speaking environment. If they know I'm enrolled in this ballet school because my parents were friends with the teacher, I had friends there, my parents had friends sending their kids to that school as well. You're not going to send people to somewhere you don't even know anyone or anything. Our culture in Maltese is very, as a Maltese, we go to who we know, friends of friends, family. Kulħadd jaf li xulxin. So we all end up in the same place anyway. So it's just a matter of being thrown then into the big world and figuring it out.
U minn dak il-moment of being thrown in the big world, għandek xi forsi storja hekk jew xi moment partikolari li tiftakar li hekk jisu ħadd dik il-ħasla ilma. Ma nafx hekk forsi kellek xi interaction partikolari li sabaqat f'moħħok.
I think when all my lectures started being Maltese.
Okay.
For sciences.
Ġifieri anke lectures
JC.
ta' sciences,
Again, the lectures were Maltese speaking, a lot of them.
dik shift kbira minn lectures lessons kollha bl-Ingliż.
To a certain extent, there had to be some level of English because our exams were going to be in English anyway.
Mhux hekk.
But they say a point in English, and then when they want to elaborate and explain, some of it would be Maltese. I'm like, what was just said? So then I go to my friends, I'm like, guys, translate, please. So that was a big shock that I needed to learn fast because otherwise I lost half my notes.
Mhux hekk?
I don't know.
I think eżempju tajjeb fis-sens.
When I started working and I just said something random in Maltese. And there was that, exactly. And then I got complimented once because, your Maltese has actually really improved. I'm like, whoa.
Yes.
But never where I couldn't speak it.
Uh-huh.
Because then I kept, as in if I didn't want to speak it, I wouldn't. And I would just say in English. Then as I got comfortable, I started branching out in that, speaking to strangers.
Kemm taħseb li, eżempju l-iskola, kemm taħseb li ħadet lek żmien biex tibda tifhem mingħajr ma tajt isħabek isma' jgħidu li x'qalet. Hekk forsi first year call ma nafx jekk. Jista' jkun m'għandekx.
I still do it. As
okay.
in, I understand a lot of it. And I pretty much understand the whole conversation, like now. I just won't be able to speak it. But then when either they're talking really fast and my brain needs time to translate it.
Sure.
So I need to think about what was said, translate it in my brain, and then form a response. And then even the response, I have to think of the sentence in English, translate it in Maltese, and I'm like, dog, attus, female, male, and I just say whatever comes out and I hope they get my drift. So then I just tell them either I'm too tired or I'm like, just translate it in English, I don't feel like. And then otherwise I try, I'm like, did I understand this correctly? Or they're like, no, this is not what we tried to say. I'm like, oh. I have a story. I was eavesdropping. On my friends in a lesson and they were talking about plucking their eyebrows in Maltese.
Okay.
And then I turned around. I'm like, I used a gun. Because I thought they were talking about piercings. Okay. So I just turned around. I'm like, I used a gun. Just randomly. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, my earrings. And like, no, we're talking about eyebrows. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Jek ta' xaħad b'gan ma' l-eyebrows.
Exactly.
Ma' nafx għandekx, il-ħin għadda reġa sewa, ma' nafx għandekx jisu a final call to action. L-axar messaċ tijak l-nies barra.
If you're English speaking and you want to learn Maltese, it takes time. I'm nowhere near perfect at all, but if you surround yourself with people who are willing to have the patience with you to translate it and take the mic and, it's a supportive environment, it's fine. And then you'll just slowly as long as they get your drift. That's what I tell myself. As long as they understood what I'm trying to say, through time, it'll come more natural to you.
Grazie ħafna.
Thank you.
Dik il-nota ħanalqu dal-episodju. Grazie ħafna Gaby tal-li kantaw. Ħassejtek rilassajt matul il-konverzazzjoni.
Yes, although I'm very hot.
Ejwa, usħana għawek. Il-veri għala volja Jannar għawek fil-studio kuna usħana bidwal. Grazie ħafna tal-li kontu maħna għal-ġim oħra, għal-episodju jħor ta' Top il-Full. Grazie ħafna l-Larter li għacċerta li kemm jista' jkun nistamaw zbieħ u nidru zbieħ għal-minet jarana. Dakin Top il-Full, sa ma nerġaw niltaqaw, saħħa, ċaw u bye, ħajr, grazzi u thank you.
Top il-Full ma' Bradley Kakija.